Welcome to Art2Heart. Today we have, and I'm interviewing artist Nimi Trehan, who came to New York City all the way from Maryland. And she has these wonderful creations that you will be seeing very soon. But first, we want to hear from you, Nimi. Tell us about your work and your inspiration.
This particular series of work, the exhibit is called Wonders of the Universe. And I connect with the wonders of universe and I actually use them for healing.
Yes.
I find nature very healing. I've had medical issues and I have found that connecting with nature is very meditative to me and has been very therapeutic. So I have three paintings in the exhibit. A pair. There's one pair called Deep 1 and Delving Deep 2. For these two paintings, my inspiration is the earth strata. And I draw an analogy between life and nature. For example, the earth strata, the deeper you go, the more you discover. You discover a lot of treasures. Similarly, when you delve deep within yourself, you discover yourself. And I find that very healing. And
Yes.
that's a treasure.
Yes.
So that's about Delving Deep 1 and Delving Deep 2. Then the other painting is Resonance 1. And that's how nature resonates with life. As I am amongst nature, I hear the sights and the sounds and the colors, the kaleidoscope of colors, the textures. I find all that very inspiring. And I just feel connected. It's like nature is part of me and I'm part of nature.
We are.
Yeah. And that's been my inspiration and that's what I've tried to portray.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background when you got started with art? Was there something you started since childhood or discovered later?
I've been an artist since childhood, but not a serious artist until I retired. I was a professional interior designer. I designed residences, did a lot of commercial and healthcare work. But I used a lot of art in my work. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll take a piece of art or a graphic and make it the center point of the entire design. I worked for a hospital and I used art as therapy. Important. It was like Walter Reed Army Hospital where I worked, one of my major projects was creating a therapeutic environment for the patients, and I used art and photography to achieve that end. And then after I retired, I felt I really wanted to express myself, and I took to painting, and I've been pretty serious about it since then.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the experience we were talking about when you were painting with the performers?
Okay, last year I participated in a performance called Symphony of the Temple Bells. This performance was multimedia. It had dance, music, and it was based on poetry. And actually, the director's mother had written that collection of poems. So I read the poetry. I really, really immersed into it to feel it. And I attended a lot of rehearsals to practice the gestures of the dancers. And then on the day of the performance, I painted on stage while the dancers were dancing. Fun. It was a very new and a unique experience for me.
Fun. Did you give any title to that painting?
I gave the same title as the title of the performance, which is Symphony of Temple Bells.
Okay.
That's the name of the book. That's the name of the performance, and that's the name of my painting. I've done two paintings. The one that was live, that was done live on the day of the performance is called Symphony of Temple Bells 1. And then the one I did for the rehearsals, I developed it and refined it, gave it a different slant, and that's called Symphony of Temple Bells 2.
Okay, sounds exciting. Tell us about your days. How are you very disciplined? How do you go about your day when it comes to creating art?
Well, I juggle a lot. There are so many things that need to be done. You know, my health comes first. I've got to exercise, got to take care of my diet. Uh, and I'm also fairly social or have a lot of friends. And I try to paint in the afternoons, but my best time is at night when I'm totally uninterrupted and there are no phone calls. I can't run out on errands. I can't receive phone calls. And that's when I'm totally in the zone. And sometimes I paint till the wee hours of the morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you stay up?
I can stay up. I have stayed up occasionally all night, but 12:30, 2 o'clock is not unusual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds very inspiring because during the evening, I know that during the night times, I'd say the most beautiful part of the night is that the sound of silence.
The sound of silence. I think that's what it is, and I'm totally focused. There just aren't enough distractions.
Yeah.
During the day, I've got to do this. I've got to run this errand. I've got to pick up the groceries. I've got to go to the doctor. Things like that. Yeah.
So you were born in India?
Yes.
Tell us about your childhood in India.
Well, I grew up in a very large, extended family. My father and his brothers, and the families all lived together. And that was a big learning experience, that I think I've learned. I've learned a lot from that, and that helps me to this date. I did find time for seclusion for my art, and fortunately that was encouraged by my parents. But I didn't want to be a starving artist. Maybe I would not have been, I don't know, who can say. But I pursued interior design, the more practical side of art.
Yeah.
And which I enjoyed very much, and I did all aspects. I designed furniture, carpets, lighting.
Wow.
And then when I came here and was certified, I did a lot of commercial and healthcare.
Okay, and now you're all dedicated to the art.
Yeah, that was something I was going to do one day, and then one day has to come. I'd put it on the back burner enough.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I took an early retirement and have been pursuing this.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
And what's your media? Oils?
Mostly acrylics.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do mixed media. I've done some collage and acrylics. I also do digital photography.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll combine digital photography with acrylics.
And are you working in a specific series right now?
Right now, I am working, Connecting with Nature is my series. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I've exhibited is what my current series is.
Great.
But I do a lot of different things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to take more of your time, but let's share with our audience where they can go visit your website if they want to see more of your works.
Okay, so my website is www.nimitrehan.com, and you can see my entire portfolio of works there.
Well, thank you so much, Nimi, for your time.
Thank you.
And thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget, stay inspired.